Hello everyone, I've had a brilliant idea. I've started something called Creative Clips, and they are little snippets of information that I'm sure will really interest you, ranging from materials that I use in my work, techniques that I use in my work, framing, canvases, materials, you name it. That's what I'll be filming for you, and they're all free to watch. And if you really enjoy the look of one of them, you know, a lot of them are used in my workshops, and that's why I thought I'd show you a little taster. And if you click on the link below, that will take you over to my Vimeo channel, where you can purchase a one-off workshop that you can keep for as long as you want. There's no monthly fees, there's no anything to join, there's no Patreon channel. It's just a one-off, very reasonable payment, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Hi everyone, welcome to another creative clip from my collection. Today I thought I'd talk about bronzing powders. Now when you say bronzing powders, you naturally assume that they're bronze, but they're not, they're gold. There is one bronze one. They're made by Schminke, and I use them a lot in my work, so I thought it would be nice for you to see me concentrate on those for a little bit in case you wanted to do one of my workshops on my Vimeo channel where I'm using the gold bronzing powder. So there's various shades of gold you can get it in. My favourite is the rich gold, and then there's pale gold and rich pale gold, but anyway, that's my favourite, so I just buy that one. Then there's an actual bronze coloured one, and then there's a couple of silver ones, and my favourite silver one is diamond silver. Now I've tried everything gold you can imagine in my work. I've tried gold acrylic ink, gold acrylic, gold watercolour, gold oil pastel, all sorts of things, and nothing beats these. So as I say, they're made by Schminke. They're not, one bottle will last you a lifetime, I can assure you. They're only, I don't know, I don't think they're any more than £10. I can't be certain of that, but they're not really expensive. Now you use them by mixing them in some water. There's already gum arabic in the mix, so you no need to add anything else. I heard someone saying you needed to use gum arabic in it, and you don't, and I've had that officially from Schminke. You just add water, and you add it with a pipette, which I'll show you in a moment, and that will make it adhere to your watercolours. You can use it on top of watercolours, or you can add it in a watercolour wash, or you can even sprinkle some in a watercolour wash. So it's really handy and so vibrant, really, really good. So as you can see here, I've got the silver, the bronze and the gold. Now I've got a really old brush, because once you get some of this powder in your brush, it's hard to get out, you know, so after you think you've washed it clean, you'll still have some speckles of gold here and there. So I always save all my old brushes for all sorts of things, and so I use one when I'm using this product. So I'll just show you how to mix it. I'll do a silver one. They do take some mixing in, and the silver mixes in better than the gold, but you get there eventually. So I'm just tipping some of the silver powder out. You can see it's really, really fine powder. And then using a pipette, just add some water, like that much, about a teaspoon. And then with my old brush, I'll just turn this round so the camera gets it better. You start mixing it in. It's as simple as that. As I say, the silver mixes in better than the gold and the bronze, but you just have to keep doing this, and I've not chosen that one to show you because it takes too long. So it's just the same. Just keep working all the powder in, and eventually it all mixes really well together. So I'll show you now on this piece of paper, the silver. That's the silver. Brilliant, really metallic. And I'll just rinse my brush, get some kitchen roll. And I'll go into the bronze. That's the bronze. It's funny how they called them bronzing powders, isn't it? You know, I don't know why they did it, but anyway, that's what they're called, Schminke bronzing powders. And this is the gold, which is my favourite. Look at that gorgeous gold. It's just like metal, you know, it's really, really good. So can you get that, Alan? Is that showing really well? Is it catching the light?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what they look like on white paper. Now you can use them in a wash. I'll just get a sheet of watercolour paper and a bigger brush. I'll put some paint on. You'll see what it's like when I add the bronzing powder to it. So I've just wet it as I would ready for a normal wet in wet wash. And I'll go into this nice bright rose paint. Gorgeous colour. Let's add a touch of blue in there. Another gorgeous colour, indigo. Just want to show it up really nicely. Okay, so now I'm going to add the gold. I'll use the gold, and I can either use my brush, my old brush, and just put it in like that. And then I'll wipe it on some tissue paper before I go back in, else I get paint in it. Can you see how it's dispersing? You can move it around a little bit. And what a lovely effect that is. And then another favourite thing of mine to do is just dribble some granulation medium into that. Again with a pipette. And get it moving a little bit. So it might need a bit of a shove like that. So that's one thing I do with it. Can you see that moving now? And you get some really, really lovely effects. Absolutely super effects. Another thing I do with it is I've got a creative clip on crackle paste. And this is one I did to show you about crackle paste. And sometimes I pick the gold out in the crackle, like I have on this painting here. Can you see I've picked out some gold, picked out some shapes of the crackle paste made in gold, and that's quite a nice thing to do. So you just go into the gold or the bronze or whatever, and just here and there. It's lovely for rocks. Let's try a little bit of the bronze in that as well. Anyway, we can see the difference. It's the gold I use more than anything, I must admit, but the bronze is great for autumnal scenes where you've got like dried cow parsley, hogweed and berries and all autumny seed heads in the background. You know, you can do a wonderful background and put some of the bronze on, and you just let it dry as you would do, you know, any other wash, and it stays firm. It doesn't dull as it's drying. It stays vibrant, and it's a really great product to use. So if you'd like to try it out on a workshop, if you click on the link below, it'll take you over to my Vimeo channel, where you can see the library containing all the different Vimeo workshops I do, and have a go.